Job by Toledo and Coach Candle and his staff. That is a very, very good football team that not only talented, well coached, but that is a veteran group that knows how to play well in games like that. And the reality, we battled. I'm so proud of how the kids fought and battled through all 60 minutes. And the reality is we just didn't play good enough football there in the last 16 minutes of the game to come out victorious. But we fought like crazy till the bitter end. And what I told the kids after the game, we are not going to let a one game in a 3-hour window cast a shadow on the beacon of light that these guys have provided for the entire season. So we'll get some corrections made and get some of that stuff fixed and focus on the good that these guys have done. So like I said, if you'd have told me at the beginning of the season, we'd be sitting here going to a bowl at 7 wins, playing the last game of the regular season with a chance to go to the title game, not too bad. But now we all know, like looking at Toledo, that's where we have to get to. So we have a very, very clear picture of what that looks like now and a great direction on where to go.
Coach, if you could go back and you look at this game, not scoring on that first drive when you got it to the half-yard line. Sometimes in certain games and the way games play out, you can't point to one play, but that was a big one, wasn't it? I mean,
I don't know. There was 2 we went for it on 4th down, that one, and the other one we came up just short with Langston, that Langston caught. And we did not feel like, and analytics backed us on that we did not feel like we were going to beat them kicking a bunch of field goals. They were too talented. And you want to talk about a kid that did a great job is I hope their quarterback is healthy. That was a scary deal, always a scary deal. I heard he left at halftime in an ambulance. So I hope he is okay. And you never want a kid to get hurt, but I'll tell you what, 7, when he came in, did a phenomenal job for them. And that's, in some ways, makes it a little bit more difficult because you haven't seen him as much on film and you don't know exactly what they're going to call with him. But yeah, there was a couple of those situations. There's about 50 of them that you're going to go back and wish you could have over and look at. And one's, a yard here, a yard there, a block there, or a tackle there. So, the first one, with it being so early in the game and forcing them to have to drive 97 or 91 yards, and then we got the ball back, so it was cost neutral and go from there. But we knew analytically we wanted to be very aggressive, and you have to win a game like that as 2-score underdogs.
It was an emotional letdown. There you can put it in on a team that's really good, that first drive, that first touchdown, and you don't get it. The emotion of that. I know you want to kind of take that out of it, but sometimes you can't, right? I mean, it's an emotional game.
And we were inside our go number on every one of the 4s that we went for, and they all made sense. Even the one that we went for on 4th and 4 from the 33-yard line is like, punt that ball as a touchback. You only net like 10 yards of field position, 12 yards of field position. So the 2 plays that I thought during the game that really just were tough was the screenplay that they hit where, I am on the record not complaining about the officiating. But the screenplay where the official, it kind of worked out weird. It was just a wonky, goofy play where the official was kind of in the way, and the running back bumped into him, and our guys couldn't quite get through, and then he ended up making a great play for a touchdown. And then the other one was the super long pass that we completed down the field, and they called us on a formation penalty. So I have to go back and look at that one to see what happened. But those were the 2 that were really, when you're playing against a really good team like that, and you're leaning on each other back and forth, those were 2, how many yards of field position were exchanged on those 2 snaps alone? Probably over 100 if you go and look at it. For sure over 100. So those were 2 monumental plays that we did not catch the brakes on those 2, and we needed to.
Despite the outcome of the game, this team has been the best that it's been in a long time, and becoming bowl eligible. It's your first year as head coach. There's a lot to be proud of. But what's just the message to your team post-game after this one?
Well, obviously it's disappointing to lose, but we were in a great situation in this game, and again, they fought to the end. And to me, I look at it as for a team that was picked preseason 9 and 10 in the polls to be playing in the last game of the season with a chance to go to Detroit. It's awesome how that worked out. And again, I think that's a testament to our seniors and their leadership and how good they have been all year. And I want them to focus on that. And our season's not over. We're going to find out on the 7th what bowl game we're going to and when and where and who and all that stuff. So kids are off tomorrow. We'll be back in the weight room on Monday. And like I said, it would have been nice to cap off this season undefeated at home and send the seniors out a winner. But that didn't happen. But like I said, the season isn't over. So for us to, you know, I don't want to focus. I don't want these guys to focus on a 3-hour window on the last Saturday when they can reflect on how much they have built. Because it's not just the games. It is how all the changes they've made culturally. Like you look at all the legends that were back here today. You know, I just met Pimpleton for the first time in my whole life. Like, what an unbelievable guy. Like, to get those guys back, they're coming back because of the senior group and this team. And those guys are sparking their interest. So you look at the direction that those guys have led this team and this football program on where they're going to go, and that's what I'm going to focus on. Like, yeah, we lost today. We lost to a really good team, was really well coached, and we got to play better, and we need to win. I get it, but that is what I'm going to focus on with these guys. We'll make the corrections and get it going, but that is the senior group. Like, I've been doing this long enough now, after 23 or 24 years, whatever it is, to really be able to appreciate what these guys have done, because it's not just the games in the season. It is everything. They changed everything about how they do their business, and I can't give them enough credit.
And going off of that, obviously this is a very emotional day too. I mean, but what's specifically your message to the seniors? Like you said, they're the heart of this team. I mean, after this game, this is their last time playing Kelly Shorts for a lot of them. What's just the message that you have to them going forward?
Just that, you know, like the one word that we have talked, I'm a big one word person. You know, I think you can use that to use as a theme a lot. And for these guys was legacy. You look at the stuff, like, because each one of these kids is going through personal battles and stuff that you don't know about. Just the legacy that this senior class is going to leave, where it's, you know, we've got not only good kids coming back, but there's awesome recruits that are kicking down the door to come play football here. And that's because of the way that those guys, the direction that they led us and put us into. So the senior group, I mean, I was out there, I was pretty emotional during the honoring those guys in pregame, and it's just like, man, like, where would we have been without those guys? Not only as, again, not the players, the people underneath the uniforms. Like, that's the one thing you never lose sight of, is we're not coaching players, we're coaching people. And each one of them has a unique story and an unbelievable fingerprint that they have left on this football program. And again, it's not over. I keep talking like it's the end of it's not. We get one more game with these guys, and it's going to be really fun.
Coach throwing the ball today, Joe had pretty good numbers, 19 of 30, 242. He was sacked 4 times. He didn't go to Marcus very often. Is that just because of the dictate of the game, so to speak?
Yeah, a little bit. Just how it called, and, you know, it's Joe's earned that right as a senior. You know what I mean? If you're going to default for him to be able to go down, you want to go down swinging with Joe, because he's done a great job all year. And then once they hit the big screenplay, just the timing of that where that came in the game. After we exchanged punts after that, then you started doing the math. I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to throw it a little bit more. And Toledo does a really, you know, you look at the numbers defensively, like they're number 1 across the board in darn near everything. What they do a sneaky good job of is just being really downhill and aggressive, and they sneaky get you into a bunch of 3rd and longs. So for us to, that requires you to throw the ball a little bit better, and they're a lot like Buffalo was, where Buffalo played like an 8-man box. Toledo kind of plays a 9-man box and captures a lot of the play action stuff you want to do. So they just make life on you pretty hard. I think that's a great testament to Toledo's players and their staff doing that consistently. And you know, one of the things, you know, I don't know if a casual fan would notice, but Coach Cronin and the defensive staff did an incredible job. And we really played our defensive style a lot different today than how we normally do, because we watch on film and it's just like, man, if you do kind of what everybody else does against Toledo, you're going to end up like everybody else does against Toledo. So we wanted to be a little bit more aggressive there and frame that. And again, you get in the weather and the score, and you go where we fell behind was we went from trying to bleed a lot out of the clock to then they made a couple plays and a couple breaks, and then it was like, uh-oh, too much of the clock is gone here a little bit. It struck midnight on us a little bit. So.
And to that, when they hit that screenplay, and he uses the official sort of a blocker or a screen guy, whatever. But you're only going to hold a good team down for so long.
Correct.
And that had that feel to the game. Did you get that?
Yeah, and
That feeling.
it was just like, it was one of those deals where, and again, I'm not complaining about the officials, but it was like it was just the way it worked out, where the judge was like in the way and kind of stayed in the way, and their kid didn't like use him as a pick. He ran into him and bounced back, and it was just a weird. I mean, I've done this a long time. I've never seen that happen before, and it was just like, you wish if they would have, hit a big one on you, it just would have been like clean execution. You can figure it out, and it was just kind of like, that stinks that's the one they hit on you, and you got to rally and go, and it changed the whole game because it goes from protecting a 3-point lead to now you're down by 4 and you need a touchdown the rest of the game to get in there. So that was just, what I mean? It was just kind of worked out in a frustrating way in that regard. But again, Toledo's a great team and with great players, and when those guys find a way to make a play, but you look, and then towards the end, defense, you got to have to stop, run specific plays, so it's a little bit more. You're not calling your regular defense, but just you look at how well those guys played to hold Toledo scoreless for a half. I mean, really 3 quarters. What a testament to how our defensive kids have been just all year. And just, I mean, those guys are savages, how good they played.
Anything else?
You got anything? She fell asleep while I was holding her. Almost. Okay, well, thank you guys, and thank you guys for an incredible year. I'm really appreciative of you guys. Like all that recruiting stuff I was saying, that is a huge part of you guys too, because everybody sees that. All of our recruits, all of our players' parents, they talk to other people. Yeah, I really appreciate all the support and the coverage you guys have given us all year. It's awesome. It's first class. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.